This is her place. These flooded marshlands of a place called Mombo in Botswana's Okavango Delta. It is Africa's Garden of Eden, with fertile floodplains filled with nutrients and greenery. It is the very best leopard territory you can imagine, and this is where Lachedema must carve out a place for herself, defend her space, and disappear in the mosaic of the swamp and bush. It all started for this cub with the unique spot 3 years ago to the day. It was a passionate and explosive affair, with snarling, exposed teeth and fur flying. When leopards mate, their intensity shudders through the forest. The couple shun food for a week and mate almost continuously. And then, quite suddenly, they part company for months, even years. Lachedema is the local Setswana name for the lightning that rolls in at that time of the year. It means light from the sky, or above. 3 months later, the new dominant male from the burnt ebony tree became a father. Lachedema was born. She first emerged into the sunlight at 8 days, senses alive, bristling with interest. Her eyes locked on something wonderful and enticing straight away. She ventured out like an explorer. From that day on, the forest would be changed. Every leopard needs to learn quickly how to climb with confidence, to master heights for hunting, and to escape danger. It takes time. And from the very beginning, a cub must draw on that deep inner instinct as a predator, to stalk, hunt, and kill. For the survivors, it is hardwired. The first few days will always determine their odds. Lachedema's first attack was a good start. Her intense focus on the kill important, her inherited technique almost perfect, but she lacked something vital. She was still too innocent to understand the obvious signs of danger. Her mother knew them intimately. They have attacked before. Twice they killed her cubs. Daily they dog her every move, waiting for yet another macabre free meal. Each time she dropped her guard, they had swooped down. Now, even though she was vicious in her defense, they'd been found, the den revealed. It would just be a matter of time before they came back. All her hopes were now invested in this latest cub. A leopard's first instinct is to hide and stay hidden. Invisibility is their best weapon and best defense. So when the news of their den rippled through the forest that day, the mother knew it was time to move on. It would be the first of many moves for the young Lakedima. Each time, the cub would go into a typical cat freeze the instant her mother's jaws clamped gently round her neck. It was her earliest instinct. Lakedima is aware of every movement. Something is wrong. Leopards usually live under a cloak of invisibility. Her rasping calls at midday are a betrayal of her usual disguise. Even with so much distance between them, Lakedima recognizes the call, a sound that from her birth signified the protective safety of her mother. Today it is still a magnet for her. Calls from her mother have stopped, but Lakedima can feel her presence. A distant monkey alarm pinpoints her, the bird suddenly taking flight. A sudden silence, all clues that she doesn't miss. She turns north to intercept her. When she hears the alarm nearby, she knows it can't be her mother. The forest seems to conspire against leopards, and Lakedima is as curious as any to see what the problem is. Monkeys litter the forest. Because of the ideal feeding conditions here, each troop can virtually see their neighbors most of the time. Fights break out, and Lakedima leaves off going to meet her mother to investigate the ruckus. It's worth the distraction. Monkeys have always held a special place in her heart. Her intense interest in monkeys had started when she was just a few months old, watching her mother. To catch a monkey is nearly impossible. It is a mind game, a careful calculation of how to get to the taunting little apes. As a young, impressionable cub, Lakedima had watched every move her mother made and learned. What makes it such a challenge is that these agile little apes flit lightly from tree to tree, cleverly understanding that the high branches can take their weight, but cannot support a leopard. Leopards know their limitations. The cub's keen eyes and pliable mind had watched every move in this three-dimensional chess game. With pawns that can leap from tree to tree 80 feet up in the air, and a queen wrestling with her next move.